Good morning, Steve, Linda, how are you guys doing? I know we were chatting on the phone and you guys were mentioning that you wanted a vehicle that's going to be good on gas but also pretty peppy and pretty sporty, so I think the Ford Focus is a good fit for you. So I've got a Focus here in the showroom. We can do a quick walk around, see what you think of the vehicle. This one here is the trim level SE. Now there's 4 different trim levels on the Focus. There's the base model S, and even though it's the base model, I don't really feel comfortable calling it that because it comes with standard features that blow the competition away. You've got Sync, which is basically Bluetooth, so you can hook up your cell phone. Any phone calls you get will come through the speakers. That would be pretty nice, don't you think, Linda? I know, I agree. Now, the other 2 features that I really like about this vehicle are air conditioning coming standard on the S, as well as the backup camera. Steve, I know you like driving pretty quick, so I think that backup camera is going to help you when you're backing out of those tight spots, don't you think? I know, I agree. Now, when we're looking at the front of this vehicle, we've got a pretty sexy front end. It has, you can see Ford has really looked at all the major details on this front end. They've changed out the grille, they've changed where the actual emblem is placed. So the emblem used to be placed in the grille, it didn't really make sense where it was placed. Now you can see they've tucked it right into the body and it just kind of flows with the idea that the Focus is going with that really unique look. As you can see, when we come around the side of the vehicle, Ford has really thought about that sweeping kinetic motion. You can see the tail light finishes in a point, and it kind of comes down the side of the vehicle, kind of giving it that kinetic motion, making it feel like it's in motion, even when it's at a stoplight. Now Ford has really thought about safety on this vehicle. You can see that they have 4-wheel disc brakes all the way around on this vehicle. One of the really clutch things about that, Steve, is that when you do drive really quick, you'll be able to stop really fast with those brakes. So that'll definitely be nice and responsive and nice and peppy for those times that you do like to get going pretty fast. So some other really nice safety features: torque vectoring control. Torque vectoring control sounds like something that should be on a NASA spaceship, but it is very simple. What it basically means is as you're going around a corner, the sensors are going to sense whether or not you're hitting that corner a little bit too quick. If that is the case, they'll apply brakes to the inside wheels and torque to the outside wheels to basically help you get through that corner a lot easier. Now, another safety feature, you can see on the side here, they've got these little blind spot mirrors. Those are going to come in really handy when you're making a lane change or when you're merging onto the highway. You no longer have to do that big shoulder check, even though you probably should, but once you get really comfortable with it, you'll be able to just look into that mirror and know exactly who's in your blind spot, so that'll come really handy. Now, as we move back through the side here, you can see that Ford again has thought about the lights here. You can see that they've got that light coming up the side, again sweeping right through the back to give it that feel like it's in motion at all points in time. So Ford has really thought about everything, and you can hear when you close this door, it's a nice solid feel. You don't have that tin can feel anymore, so really well done, don't you think? Now, one of the other really nice features in the Focus is the dual clutch power shift transmission, which sounds like a mouthful and it sounds very complicated, but really all it means to the customer is that there is an automatically operated clutch in the vehicle. Now, what this really means to you is that you're going to get the nice fuel efficiency of a manual, however, you're going to get the pep and power and the ease of drive of an automatic transmission. I mentioned earlier that there was 4 different trim levels. This one we're looking at here is the SE. We also have the titanium, which would be the fully loaded, and then we also have the ST for those people that want a little bit more pep and a little bit more power, a little bit more of a fun drive. So these ones here, the SE comes standard with some really nice features. You can see you can get it in the hatchback or the sedan. One of the really nice things, same price. For 2014, the hatchback was a little bit more expensive. For 2015, they decided, you know what, why are we doing that? People want the hatchback just as much as the sedan, so let's go ahead and make them the same price, give everyone that nice competitive advantage. You can see as we open up the hatchback here, you can see you have a lot of room in the back. That's one of the nice features about the hatchback, is that it gives you a little bit of a deeper trunk. The other nice thing that comes standard on the SE would be the 60-40 split. So if you need to put skis or snowboards or something that's a little bit heavier, a little bit longer in there, you can go ahead and fold down those seats and know that you'll have enough space to get everything in there. That'll be nice for those longer trips, don't you think, Linda? I know, I agree. So Steve and Linda, another really nice feature about the 2015 Ford Focus, actually it's been brought through the whole entire Ford lineup, is the capless gas system. So there's no longer a need to push a button inside the cabin to open your gas. You just basically push the tank there, open up the door, and put the nozzle right in. Now, some people think, well, what if it doesn't feel very safe. There is a second door that's back behind there that will not open unless it's the nozzle or the funnel provided to you in the back in case you have to use a jerry can. So there's not going to be anyone stealing your gas, siphoning your gas, or putting sugar in your gas tank if people do that anymore. I don't know if they do. So what do you guys think? It's a pretty good looking vehicle. What do you think of all the features? You think it would fit your needs?
Yeah, absolutely.
Alright.
It'll fit what we need.
For sure. So why don't you go ahead and jump in. What we can do, we'll have a look at a couple features, and then we'll take it out for a spin. After you. Linda, jump in this side. Steve, you can jump in the driver's side. I know you like to drive pretty quick, so we'll see what you think of in the driver's seat there. So on your side there, you'll see you've got the automatic lights. The automatic lights are going to come real handy. You leave them in that spot 100% of the time. You never have to turn them off. You never have to turn them on. There's a little sensor that'll basically see what time of day it is, and if it's light or dark outside, it'll put the lights on. You can also see you do have the adjustable headrests. So this is one thing that's pretty new for Ford. Basically, you can take and adjust them to all the certain clicks. And when they get to those clicks, you can stop and have it actually support your head. So heaven forbid you do get hit from behind in a crash, you won't have that big whiplash because the headrest will be there to support you. So lots of little things that Ford is really thinking about with safety. One of the other cool features of the Focus that I think, Steve, you'll like really well is the select shift transmission. So at any point you can put it back into that select shift mode and control the vehicle like it's a manual vehicle with the plus and the minus on the side of the shifter. That's going to come in really, really handy when you want to have some fun. You can hold the gear a little bit longer. Plus, for our Canadian winters, rather than slamming on the brakes, you can take and put it back into that mode, downshift twice, let the vehicle slow itself down rather than slamming on the brakes and kind of sliding across that ice. So that'll come in real handy, don't you think, Steve?
Yes, absolutely.
For sure. So again, on this vehicle here, we've got cruise control, we've got Bluetooth, we've got some really, really handy features. You can see they're all on the steering wheel there, so you can keep your hands on the road, keep your hands on the wheel, I'm sorry, keep your eyes on the road and focus on driving the whole time rather than being distracted. So
excellent.
What do you think? You guys want to take it out for a spin?
Absolutely, let's go.
All right, let me go get my license plate. Be back in one quick sec.